Ladies and gentlemen, it is Monday night, 5/6/2013, I think. Isn't that right, LG? And I don't even have you unmuted yet. But you know what? Here you go, folks. It is the Cleveland Sports 360 show, and we have special guests from Canada, and I know Brian's probably listening, so we're about to go on live. LG, it's all yours, buddy.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another action-packed hour of the Cleveland Sports 360 show. In case you missed the last time, we had the Diamond Kings FastPitch softball team. They're scattered throughout the United States and Canada, and sooner or later a bunch of guys will be joining us. I believe we got Brian Burroughs-Ingalls, who's the catcher, and named captain right here live on the Cleveland Sports 360 show. He's got a new team he's working with as well, called Accelerated FastPitch. Brian, are you on the phone?
I am here. I hear you.
What is it? Accelerated FastPitch?
Accelerated FastPitch, is that what you're asking me about?
Yeah, is that the team?
Yeah, what I'm trying to do is...
we got a picture of it there, don't we, Leaf?
It's a lot bigger in my area, and I've been playing with the team the last 5 years and we've been very successful. But what I want to try to do is help build the sport in the area. And I've got the capability of getting a lot of, guys that are younger and guys my age involved in the sport. And I also have the ability to pitch in the league as well. So trying to get some new faces in front of the sport and try to build something and hopefully make it grow back into what it was a couple decades ago.
Now, today when we put out the public relations, the press release for the Cleveland Sports 360 show, we stole the FastPitch article cover magazine off of your Facebook page, Brian. I don't know if you had an opportunity to see that yet, but I noticed you wrote an article, and it was entitled Catching the Fast Pitch. Is that what the title of that article was?
Yes. I actually write a monthly article for FastPitch Illustrated, and I've been writing about the pitcher and catcher relationship. And basically just trying to teach and spread my knowledge to either fast pitch players, fast pitch coaches, high school or whatever level throughout the country. And the guy that does that is Gary Leland out of Texas, and he owns a number of different softball and sporting companies, and he puts a great magazine together. And me, along with many other people, actually write in the magazine, including our own Derek Brown. He also writes in there as well.
Yeah, Derek Brown. He's up in Michigan, right? Do I have the right guy?
Yep.
He does something with the colleges up there, right?
Yes, he does.
Yeah. What happened to Dwayne Curtis? Did we lose him?
I'm here.
Dwayne's there. He snuck in. Hey, Brian, Dwayne snuck in. He was in a covert operation. Leaf, did you notice Dwayne snuck in on the phone? That sneaky Canadian guy that he is.
Hey, how you doing, Dwayne? How you doing up there, Boot?
I'm good, buddy. How are you?
Good to hear your voice again.
We just had to throw that back at you a little bit, Dwayne. It wouldn't be the same visiting us down here across the border without Leaf giving you a little bit of his Canadian accent, would it?
I'd expect nothing less. It's all good.
That's all good. It's all good, Leaf. Hey, tell me, Dwayne, what's going on up there in Canada? You guys are getting ready to get a game going pretty soon. I think, next weekend on the 11th? Is that right?
Yeah, we're going on May 11th. I was hoping to get Brian up, but he's tied up with a tournament. So we'll have a few of the guys from the Diamond Kings there. Yeah, it's for the kids, so we just want to get out, loosen up, and start cranking it up for 2013.
Well, I think they took Brian's passport. He really can't get across the border, right, Brian?
No, I hope they let me across. I hope I can even get out there.
He's getting more popular by the day, this guy.
Absolutely. As soon as you named him captain, that was it. His head got too big. He's not coming to Canada no more.
Oh, there you go. He deserves all the credit. Absolutely.
Well, I do have to tell you guys, I talked to the lady this afternoon, just moments before the Cleveland Sports 360 show, Pam Staff. She's a very good friend of mine. She's involved with the United States Veterans she helps these families that maybe one of their loved ones get called away to a war zone or something. You've heard of that, haven't you, Dwayne?
Yeah, I have. Yep.
So anyway, she's got an in with the minor league ball team across the street here, the Lake County Captains, and I said, why don't you see if we can't bring the Diamond Kings back down to the United States, stay over here in East Lake, and play an exhibition game with these guys across the street. Maybe they could raise some funds somehow to help the veterans, and she thought that was a real good idea. So Pam's staff is working on that as we speak, Dwayne.
Is that right, eh? That's what we're all about.
That's what you're all about. That's good, man. Where's Justin? We lost touch with him.
I don't know, man. All I know is his daughter found a squirrel and he brought it in the house. I don't know if he got eaten by a squirrel. I don't know where he is.
Oh,
no
come
idea.
on, man. Don't give me that squirrel crap.
Well, I don't know, but I guarantee it's his loss tonight. That's for sure.
I think you better get in your car and drive up there and find this guy, man. He's been missing for a couple of weeks now. Aren't you getting a little bit concerned?
A little bit. No, I talked to him a few days ago. He's just having some phone and computer issues.
So tell us what's going on May 11th, and who we playing, man? Is this Summerfield's team coming up there to play, or what's the story there? Coming down there?
Yeah, it is. Norm Summerfield was kind enough to bring his team up, the East York Leafs, out of Toronto, Dieppe Park. You'll be talking to him shortly, and he's the same as Brian and myself, just trying to promote FastPitch, and we're really looking forward to meeting these guys and hanging out with them on May 11th.
Now, Brian, you not being able to make it to Summerfield's team showing up, do you think that the Diamond Kings are still at an advantage, or does it present a little disadvantage not having a Brian Burroughs-Ingalls on the team?
Well, there's a lot of good players on our squad, and I think whoever that shows up will give them a game. I'm hoping to even get to my tournament because I gotta give a shout out to my little sister, who's a senior in college. Her team just qualified for regionals, for the NCAA regionals, and I may not even make it out to my own tournament because she's more important than I am, and I have to stay back and watch her play. And she is also a catcher and a captain for her squad.
And what's her name?
So I'm very proud of her. Her name is Mallory Ingalls. She plays for Utica College, Division III team here. She came in there. She started her career, and they had a losing squad. And now this year they've had their best season ever, thanks to her and a couple of other girls. And I have much more joy watching her play than I am myself playing at this point. And I'll be riding that until she's done. So.
There was a Mary Ingalls on the Little House in the Prairie, if I'm not mistaken. Does that sound like familiar to you or not?
I think there might be some relation. I'm not too sure, but there could be.
Well, congratulations to Mary Ingalls for making it and getting a winning team there. And what year of college is she in? Is this her senior year?
She's a senior year. She actually hit a home run to win the game to send it into the conference finals to help them advance. So her name is Mallory, and I'm a proud big brother today.
Well, how about that? Congratulations to the entire Ingalls family. I guess baseball runs in the bloodline. Is that about right, Brian?
That's right. And don't let her fool you. I taught her everything she knows. No.
Now, Brian, I just have to bring this. You probably did teach her something. I mean, she's following in her big brother's footsteps. But I have to bring.
I hope so. She's got a lot more talent than I do.
I have to bring this up because I brought it up the very first time you and I were ever together on the Cleveland Sports 360 show right here on StreamingSportsTalk.com. I told you then that Derek Jeter wasn't going to be playing baseball for a long, long time, and you were like, nah, he's going to come back, everything's going to... What's going on with Derek Jeter now? I'm hearing we're not even going to even anticipate seeing a return of the great New York Yankees player until maybe after the All-Star team, the All-Star break. Does that sound right to you?
That's from what I heard, yeah. I guess everything was all set for him to go opening day, and then he had a setback playing a couple back-to-back games, and he actually refractured a bone in his ankle that he had to get worked on before, so that's why he's out for a while.
I think he's done, man. I think it's time for Derek Jeter to hang up the cleats and call it a career. He's had a career that spanned maybe 3 times as long as the average Major League Baseball player. What do you think?
His days at short might be done. I'd never bet against him, but I still think he can still hit the ball if he comes back and is healthy.
Yeah,
Even
look
if he's
at
got to pull a Derrick Rose and sit out the whole year.
look at what
He'll
Jason
come back and hit.
look what Jason Giambi's doing for the Cleveland Indians at 42 years old this year. I mean, it's phenomenal. So you're right. He might be a DH. And the other night, Giambi went sliding head first into first base, man, for the Cleveland Indians. What an example setter he is, huh?
Exactly.
So
Lead by example, these guys.
yeah, it's unbelievable, man. And Terry Francona said after the game that anybody that doesn't think you need to hustle down first base should be ashamed of themselves after the display Giambi put on, sliding head first in at 42 years old. Thank God he didn't get hurt, but that's a story for another occasion. So, Dwayne, tell us, man, what are you going to do for the kids coming up here on the 11th? What's this game going to do specifically for the children?
Well, we associated with Grimsby, and basically it's just for the kids to really see about the speed of the game. We're going to do pitching stuff and hitting stuff before we play, just so they can see what it's really all about.
So a little bit of a clinic takes place before the game.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, it's hard with the kids because they really don't understand, but once they get out and see the guys throwing the ball, 70 and up, we're just hoping they enjoy it and it gives them something to shoot for down the road. That's basically what it's really all about. It's not about the Diamond Kings. It's not about East York Leafs. It's about just what Rich Hoppy told me, pay it forward. And that's what we're going to try and do on May 11th.
So how's the shoulder these days, Dwayne? You all set? You ready to go? You can throw the ball? You're going to pitch?
Yep, I'm good.
You're good.
I'm really good.
Brenda's been taking good care of you, huh?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Is Jeff okay over there?
He's overheating a little bit with just the mention of Brenda's name right now, but he's going to be fine, man. He knows that's something he can just dream about. He can't touch it. So
well, if we work this thing out with the AAA team, I'll bring her down. He can take her for dinner or something like that.
Oh yeah, shit! I could take her for dinner. You got enough money? I'm not going to throw this for crying out loud, Dwayne.
I'll tell you one thing, man. We got a nice captain's club right across the street from the Captain's Stadium. If you ever want to go out and have a nice dinner while you're in town, the Captain's Club on Vine Street is the place to be, and they also sponsor the Cleveland Sports 360 show. I tell you, if you got down here,
seeing us pretty soon, I hope.
I tell you, if you got down here on the weekend on a Friday night, they got some of the best karaoke entertainment in there you'll ever see anywhere. I mean, it's hysterical. Some of these people, they show up week after week to put these.
Is that where Jeff Leaf sung his birthday song to Justin from?
No, I don't think so, man.
Okay.
Leaf refused to get up and take the microphone when he was in front of all those people over there. So I don't know what happened. But tell us, man, you're gonna get this team together. You're gonna get over there to Grimsby and play the Summerfields team, and you're gonna show these kids. Now, how old are these kids that you start out with, Dwayne?
Basically, they're 10 and under, and the league they're starting is actually going up all the way to 55 years old. So it's from the kids to the older generation. They're just trying to get the sport back. It's dead around here, and good Lord, I give them all the credit in the world. We're just going to try and help them as best we can.
Well, it sounds phenomenal. Brian, I bet you're sorry you're going to miss this, huh?
I'm very sorry I'm going to miss it. It's something stuff like that is what I love to do. Since I moved back to my hometown, I've done a number amount of free clinics just to help and grow the sport with the girls and with the guys, and that's the stuff I love, and I know all the guys at the Diamond Kings love to do. But like I said, I'll be happy to be watching my little sister.
Oh yeah, well that's a once in a lifetime.
I was there for sure.
Once in a lifetime opportunity. You can't pass that by. But I thought we were going to have to call you to come to Cleveland, Brian, a couple weeks ago. Remember I sent you a text message because the Indians pitchers were falling down quicker than lead balloons, man. We were running out of catchers.
I know it. I would have helped the next plane out. As Cleveland's only 5 hours from me, I could have driven right out there.
Yeah, and I thought they were going to suit up Sandy Alomar to get him off the bench, coach, and get him back in there. He could probably still play a little bit. We're going to take a little break here. You guys stick around. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with more of the Cleveland Sports 360 show. Joining us live all the way from Canada is Dwayne Curtis, one of the founding members of the Diamond Kings. Brian Burroughs Ingalls out of New York. He writes a lot of articles. He's a great catcher. His sister's following in his footsteps, learning how to hit the home runs and catch behind the plate. We'll be right back with more of the Diamond Kings and the Cleveland Sports 360 show in about 2 minutes. Don't go away.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your semi-host, Jeff Leaf, with LG and the Cleveland Sports 360. And we are talking to some Canadians up there, and I know they're going to go ahead and yell at me. So I'll give it back to LG. LG, you're on.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Cleveland Sports 360 show. Our special guest this evening, the Diamond Kings, all the way from Canada, and Brian Burroughs Ingalls, all the way from New York. We just can't help but to mess with our neighbors up in Canada sometimes. We got to let Leaf unwind a little bit. You know what I'm talking about, Dwayne?
Didn't we do that on a previous show? But yeah, absolutely.
Well,
free reign.
It never gets old. It never gets old. Yeah, I want to just give a shout out real quick to people. If you don't know about this, you got to check it out. It's coming live probably by this weekend. The Cleveland Sports 360 girls. These girls are phenomenal-looking women that are sending in their videos, their pictures, and you're going to go on to the clevelandsports360.com website, and you're going to cast your vote, whoever is going to be the winner of the Cleveland Sports 360 Girl of the Month contest, sponsored by Nicole Christopher's right downstairs here. The monthly winner gets a $100 gift certificate from Nicole Christopher's Professional Hair and Nail Salon right here on Vine Street. Give Nikki a call. She does it all. Nicole Christopher's. So the Cleveland Sports 360 girls are coming live pretty soon, Dwayne. That's pretty exciting, don't you think, man?
No, I know where you're going with this.
I'm telling you, man.
They can also get a date with me as well.
with Brian Burroughs Ingalls? Send in a picture, Brian. We got pictures of you in your baseball uniform. Send in a picture. I'll put it on the website, and that way I'll say, hey, you can win a. You're a bachelor, right?
That's right. That's right.
So, we don't want to put anybody on there that's going to break anybody's heart, but it's going to be quite a contest. It's exciting, and it's been a long time in the doing. I've put it off for a year at least, and just to get it ready to go, it's been a major undertaking. But some of these women are definitely gorgeous. So you might be interested in a couple dates too there, Brian. So I'll keep you posted, okay, man?
Absolutely.
You just visit the site by this weekend. Hopefully the girls will be up there, and then cast your vote for your favorite girl, and you can vote daily. So there you have it, folks. But we're going to get back into the Diamond Kings fast pitch softball. When you come down here, Dwayne, and hopefully we get this thing hooked up, maybe we can bring the Cleveland Sports 360 girls to be rooting for the Diamond Kings. What do you think of that, man?
We'll take cheerleaders. Absolutely.
Couple cheerleaders.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. That's what he says. So tell me, man, where's everybody else at this evening? Did we get joined by Mr. Summerfield yet, or any of these other guys? Derek Brown, anybody else get on the phone yet, man?
No, they're on their way, though.
They're on their way. That's what you're telling me. So, Brian, tell me, man, what else is going on with this accelerated fast pitch, man? When did you decide to take this on, man?
Well, I hemmed and hawed about it for a couple months because I wanted to. I play in some of the local tournaments with one of the other teams in my league, and I was going to switch teams. And then it just dawned on me, I'm like, you know what? I have the ability to get some of the guys my age in front of the game because I myself didn't even know of men's fast pitch, never saw a game, never even heard of it until I was 21 years old. And, I played college baseball. I started playing slow pitch out of college. And I saw it, and I had to play it, and I'm in love with it. And then I feel like there's got to be more guys like me from my area that would love the same thing. There's over 150 slow pitch teams in my area, and there's 8, and we struggle to get 8 fast pitch teams.
Wow!
So I feel a responsibility to try to help the league grow and to try to get it back to where it was a couple decades ago.
Well, one of the things I've noticed with slow pitch teams is these guys are more interested in drinking beer sometimes than they are about playing baseball. Have you noticed that with slow pitch?
Yeah, definitely. I think the thing that I notice the more about it is the ego in it. I think it's very easy for somebody to get up there and hit the ball 400 feet. The ball's getting lobbed in there. And, taking nothing away from them, it isn't easy, but you really have to be a good athlete to step in the box in fast pitch and put the ball in play, and it's completely different than slow pitch. But yeah, I think the more into the ego, the more into wanting to drink the beer in the game and not after the game, because we all like to have a few after. But it's an easier game, slow pitch is, and I think you have to have the right mentality and the right level of competitiveness to want to succeed in fast pitch.
Yeah, it's a whole different animal.
Like that.
That ball's going almost as fast as some college pitchers are throwing hardball, right?
Oh, it's coming a lot faster.
Yeah, unbelievable. So there's less reactionary time and everything else. And I got to tell you, it's a very interesting game. I can't wait to see it myself. So you got 8 teams started up there now. Is that how long did that take, man?
Well, the league, the Northern League's been going on for a few decades, and there's been 8 teams, for the last few years. But probably 20 years ago, there used to be 4 different leagues with 8 to 10 teams in it, and now we're down to 8. One league with 8 teams. So a team actually dropped out after last season, and I added my own. So I'm just adding my own team along with the teams that already existed in our league, and hopefully in a couple of years we can get it up to 10, 12, and go from there.
Now, Dwayne, with the Diamond Kings, do you guys have trouble finding people to play, or is this something that is absolutely, with the talent that you guys have on the Diamond Kings, it's absolutely something that it's not hard to fill a spot to find teams to play?
Well, based on the Diamond Kings, it's a tribute team to the King and his court, so we had response right off the bat. We were, Yeah, there's no issues there. It's Freddie Fainer. It's tribute to Rich Hoppy, Charlie Dobbins, Wes Anderson, all those guys. And the response was immediate. Never had a problem. Never. And luckily, Justin and I ran into Brian, and like Justin said in the last show, he's the one that's going to carry the torch. So, no, we had no issues finding guys. And, I mean, they're 25 of the best in the world, in my opinion.
Well, not finding guys to
we're
play
glad
on
they
it.
accepted, and
Not finding the guys to play on the team, but finding other teams for the Diamond Kings to play against is my question, Dwayne.
no, actually, we're not playing in the league. We're just doing tournaments. We're going to play some high-level tournaments. Huntsville we're keying on. That'll be July 12th weekend. And Torino, Italy, the World Masters. We want a world title, and that's why this team was basically put together. We want to go be world champions.
So when is this trip to Italy?
Actually, it's a 9-day tournament. It starts August 2nd to the 11th of this year. And that's what we're going after.
So you guys are already set on, your sights are set on getting to Italy in August and returning to the North American continent with a world championship.
Yeah, actually, I think what we're going to do, and Brian and I spoke about this a little bit, what we'd like to do is go to the ISC in 2014, which is the International Softball Congress. It's probably the best league in the world. So if we can get to Torino and be successful, 2014 is what we're going to aim for. And you know, I talked to Brian and said maybe accelerate FastPitch and the Diamond Kings can all pool together and head to the ISC in 2014.
And where does that take place at?
The ISC is in Ontario. It's in Canada. It's in the U.S. And they have their own world tournament. If you win the ISC Worlds, basically you're the best in the world. But Torino is really all about, it's the Olympics for older guys. It's the World Masters Games, but to go to the ISC, you'll be competing against Adam Folkart, who's the best pitcher in the world. And I'd like to take these guys and take a shot at it.
Well, there you have it. I mean, just get it going, man. Let's do it. Let's get up there and let's come back with some championships. That's what this is all about, right?
Yes, sir, it is. Absolutely, 100%.
I know it takes a lot of
work. A lot
work.
of people didn't believe in this team, but I think some eyes are getting open pretty quick.
Well, there's a talent. I mean, tell us the roster. Do you have it in front of you? Can you quote the names? You might as well give them all a shout out, Dwayne.
Well, I can tell you this. I was speaking with Jody Henniger today, and actually I told Brian to check it out. Jody played in the Pan Ams in 1999 with our other pitcher, Mike Piechnik. Jody might be coming to Huntsville with us. That's still to be confirmed. We got Brian. We have Jason Gerbs from New Zealand. Tommy Crouch, who just finished up with Team USA. Justin, myself, Derek Brown, Rick Rogg, great pitcher. Shannon Damron, who I haven't seen in years, but another great pitcher. We're loaded.
Well, that's what it takes, man. You get loaded and you get on the plane and you head to Italy, right?
That's what we're planning on doing, pal.
Now, is there any chance that Brenda will have to be the stewardess on your flight?
Oh, she's going to be.
She's going to be.
She's going to be. She has to be.
You were going to send me a picture, but I never got it. How come?
I sent it to you.
No, I never did get it, man. I wanted to hold it in front of Leafs to see what he would do.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure
so,
you did.
Brian, what do you think about this, man? Is this a big, ambitious goal, or does the Diamond Kings have the talent to go to Italy and come back here with a championship?
Oh, without a doubt. I mean, you see some of the guys on the roster, and I'm still dumbfounded that I'm able to be on the squad and be the captain. And you've got Hall of Famers all up and down the roster. You've got former, world champions in ISC and ISF and Pan Am and Canadian Games, and the talent's there without a doubt. But we still got to perform on the field. We still got to perform together, and we have to have that chemistry. And I think if we do what we're supposed to do, we'll come back world champions. but we still got to play the game on the field, and I'm excited. I mean, you can't get any higher level than this, and wow, to come back, with a world title would be something that I'd never forget for sure.
Well, definitely. LG's got to come out there and party with you guys if that happens. But we're going to take another commercial break for about 2 minutes here, pay some bills. We'll be right back with more of the Diamond Kings, Dwayne Curtis and Brian Burroughs Ingles, right here on the Cleveland Sports 360 show on StreamingSportsTalk.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Cleveland Sports 360 show with your host, the fabulous LG. LG, it's all yours, buddy. Have a great time.
Oh, my God, the fabulous LG. You're not even drinking beer back there tonight, Leaf. What the hell's gotten into you? It must be these Canadians on the phone with you.
I'm drinking Labatt's Blue. I'm having a few blues right now.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Cleveland Sports 360 show. Our special guest all the way from Canada is the Diamond Kings, FastPitch, living in Feiner's footsteps. FastPitch softball. If you think it's easy, you got another thought coming. Brian Ingles is on the phone, Brian Burroughs Ingles, and Dwayne Curtis all the way from Canada. So, guys, we were talking, going to Toronto to play Saturday, and then the big goal is to get to Italy in August to come back with a world championship. Dwayne, have you ever given any thought to what if these guys start throwing bocce balls at you in Italy, man? Can you hit one of them?
I don't hit. I pitch.
You never hit?
I'll leave that up to Brian and all the other guys. I'm not hitting.
So if they start throwing bocce balls, you're not even concerned about your teammates' health, are you?
That's right.
Do you know what
Absolutely.
You know what a bocce ball is?
Yeah, it's one of those stupid 5-pin bowling ball looking things, right?
Hey, man, you could be killed if somebody throws one of them bocce balls at you, man. But what do you mean? The pitchers don't hit in fast pitch?
No, I just don't. Like I said, I was talking to Jody Henniger, and most of the guys in fast pitch know who Jody is. And he's a left-handed pitcher, played with Team Canada, went to the Pan Ams, won world titles numerous times. And he is one of the best fast-pitch hitters you'll ever see. One of the best in the world.
And
some guys can hit, some guys can't.
Well, why
I
don't
choose not to.
what happens when it comes time for you to hit? You take yourself out of the game? I mean, how does this work?
No, you can always put a designated hitter in for a pitcher. So if I'm throwing, maybe Brian can hit for me. Whatever. I'm not hitting no balls. I guarantee you that. Comes too quick, comes too hard. Nope. Not putting my life on the line.
He's not hitting any balls. Well, he's not a fag.
But you're telling me that you could go up there and pitch, but you won't hit it. You have nothing wrong with throwing it at somebody, but you're not going to hit it. Is that what you're telling us?
Pretty smart, huh?
I don't think that Brenda has I think she's going to start questioning your manhood pretty soon. What do you think, Brian?
Oh no, I'll tell you what, it's he's probably playing it smart because he's got all the power in the circle. I'll tell you, he can beat anybody, but he's not gonna have to. I'm gonna have to worry about getting hit because I'm a catcher.
Right.
You know, so I gotta take the grunt work.
Yeah, but being a catcher, I mean, playing college baseball, I mean, you've taken quite a few hits, I'm sure. People don't realize what a tough position. I mean, I was a catcher, and I never made it past Pony League because I just got out of the game of baseball and started playing drums back then. But even in Pony League, we had a guy that could throw the ball pretty.
I'm a drummer as well, Larry.
How about that? See that? Catching and drumming. It must all go hand in hand. But people don't realize, like, what a brutal job it is catching, especially when it's 105 out there and you're dressed up in all that gear and it's 4 or 5 hours. For some reason, the game's not over yet, you know? So
it's tough. It's tough on the body, without a doubt.
Yeah, I mean, my biggest habit that was bad was putting a knee down in the dirt. Next thing you know, I'd take a foul tip right off the thigh. It seemed like everything, every time I did that, it happened. So I learned real quick not to do that anymore because there's just nothing up there.
A lot of it's mind over matter. You can't think about it. Don't think about the pain. Don't think about if I'm going to get hit. You just worry about that after the fact. And usually Mondays is when I don't get much done because I'm recovering from Saturday and Sunday. But
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a rough job. Somebody's got to do it.
People don't realize what a brutal position catching really is. And we had a game with the Indians, and Lou Marson took a big hit coming. The guy was coming down the third base line. Marson blocked the plate, and the guy damn near took his head off. Man, I mean, he definitely had a strained neck, and that's when you got the first text I think I sent you. We were looking for a recruitment to come to Cleveland, but it's a brutal job being a catcher, man. People don't realize that, but I thought getting up there and hitting the ball, I didn't think Dwayne was going to be afraid to get up there. Dwayne, I'm a little shocked, man.
If I have to, I will.
Well, there you go.
I just know our team has better
hitters
batters than me. I can guarantee you that.
Right. Okay, that's what it is. You want the best up there. I just didn't know. Yeah. I just didn't know it was within the rules of fast pitch that you could say I'm not hitting. I thought everybody had to hit. I didn't know it was. I didn't even know you guys used the DH. So I'll be the first to admit I do not know all the rules of fast pitch. Is there any other rules in fast pitch I may not be aware of, Dwayne?
Oh, Brian be the guy to talk to about that.
The rules. A lot of rules are similar. For instance, we can use a DH, what they could call it as a designated player. You can hit for anybody in the lineup. So, like in baseball, there's a designated hitter. They only hit for the pitcher.
Right.
Say if your pitcher is a great hitter and he wants to hit in the lineup, but say your second baseman may be a weak hitter, your designated player can hit for your flex player who is just a defensive player. But also, there's a reentry rule as well, which in baseball, if you get taken out of the game, you're out for the game. You can reenter, the starters can reenter the game one time. So, seeing how I don't have blazing fast speed, we might need a runner for me later in the game, and I can always re-enter the game and come back in and finish out defensively.
No kidding.
There are different rules like that as far as substitutions and little things like that that help the game and make it quicker, but you can manipulate the game a little bit if you have the right pieces in place.
Now, Brian, when you say the DH can hit for anybody in the lineup, let me see if I understand this correctly. Are you telling me, like, is it only one position player the DH can hit for, or could he hit for the third baseman one time and he could hit for the second baseman?
No, one position player, what they call, when you write your lineup card out, if you want to use a designated player, you also have to use a flex player. The flex would be the person who is just a defensive player. So say, for instance, you want to hit for your second baseman. The second baseman is the flex player, and they would be in the lineup in the 10th spot, not hitting.
Okay.
And your designated player would be hitting for your second baseman.
Okay, good, good.
Yeah.
So
but
that's
you can hit for anybody in the field if you want.
That's a different rule. I mean,
have to be the pitcher. Yep.
You know, you don't normally see that rule because in the American League, obviously the DH hits for the pitcher, and that's it. Your position players all have to get up there and take a swipe at it, you know, whether you're good at it or not. But hopefully, when you make it to Major League Baseball, you can hit the baseball, you know. Obviously, you don't get there for nothing, man. But that is a different twist on the rules with the fast pitch. So other than that, basically it's all the same after that. Is that right, Brian?
Pretty much. I mean, you can't lead off the base. You can leave the base after the ball released out of the pitcher's hand. So you got to be in contact with the base until the release of the pitch. But other than that,
can you steal bases? Are you allowed to steal bases?
Oh, you can steal. Yeah, you just can't leave the base until the ball is released out of the pitcher's hand.
Okay. And
so
now
I don't recommend stealing when I'm behind the plate, but they can try if they'd like to.
That's a pretty good arm, I guess. But let me ask you, obviously the wind-up and the delivery of the fast-pitch softball, if the guy, well, obviously you're never going to get a pitcher to try to throw you out because you can't leave the base till the ball leaves the guy's hand, you just said, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so that takes the equation of the pitcher ever trying to pick off a runner is right out of the window. You just don't have that play in fast-pitch baseball, right?
Correct.
Okay. All right, so that makes sense because I was wondering how the guy would throw it to the base if he did the same kind of wind-up he does when he delivers it to the plate, but you just don't have that play, period. So that's a stupid question on my part. But
there's a lot more attempts getting picked off by the catcher because you're getting a lead after the release.
And that ball gets to the catcher relatively quick, right?
Yeah, you do see more pickoffs from the catcher at first and third than you would in baseball.
No kidding. I do believe we have somebody else that joined into the conversation. Announce who this is.
Hey, this is Derek Brown.
Hey, it's the guy from Michigan, right?
That's right.
How's it going up there in Michigan, man? You got snow?
Oh, no. It's beautiful up here, actually.
Well, that's good. It's beautiful here in Ohio. Ladies and gentlemen, Derek Brown all the way from Michigan, who is also a member of the Diamond Kings. Derek, how are you today, man?
I'm great. Just actually finished up a couple lessons with some of the kids that I train, and just in time to jump on the call.
Well, that's fantastic. We're glad you could make it, man. We were starting to get worried. Dwayne was getting ready to call out a search party. So tell us a little bit about the kids you were training, and tell us, for people that don't know who Derek Brown is, we've had Derek on the show before. He's in Michigan. Give us a little background on yourself, Derek, just to review it with our audience.
Basically, I train kids from 10 and under to 18 and under, college kids at my academy, Brown's FastPitch in Kalamazoo, Michigan. I have travel teams, 10U all the way up to 18U. Basically I've been doing it since I was 18 years old, so I'm going to be 40, so it's been well over 20 years.
Now, are you able to get to Canada this weekend on the 11th to get up there and play a little fast pitch with the Diamond Kings? Are you making the trip?
Unfortunately, I can't make it this weekend. I'm actually I'm going to be headed down to Texas. I also coach hockey, and one of my kids that I used to coach plays junior Ironman, and they made it to the Final Four in Junior A National Championships.
Well, that's nice. Tell us a little bit about that, man. You're going down to Texas, you say, and you're gonna. We're getting somebody trying to call into the Cleveland Sports 360 show. So you cut out a little bit. Tell us one more time. You're going down to Texas because of what?
Yeah, one of my former players. I coach high school hockey. One of my former players is playing Junior A for Jamestown. They're in the NAHL. here in the United States, and they're down to 4 teams, and the Robertson Cup is what they call it. Is down in Frisco, Texas. So I'm gonna head down there and watch and support my kid.
That's good, man. That's a good coach. But tell us, we were talking a little bit before you got into the conversation tonight, Derek. These guys are itching to get to Italy and bring back a world championship to this FastPitch team. What's your thoughts on that, man?
Well, you know what? I'm looking forward to just playing with the caliber of players that we're talking about. A lot of big name guys, a lot of guys that have a lot of history, and I'm just looking forward to meeting them, getting on the same field with them, and having a great experience.
Well, that's good, man. It sounds like it's going to be an interesting summer, and it sounds like there's a lot to look forward to with the Diamond Kings. Have you ever been pulled up with a bunch of talent like this before at one time, man?
No, never. I mean, I've been on all-star teams when we played against Kings Court, but not even close. Not even close to the talent that we're talking about here.
Yeah, so it's going to be an interesting thing. I'm thinking that these guys are serious about going to Italy and coming back with a world championship. If that's the case, you guys got to come down to Cleveland and come live into the studio and do a Cleveland Sports 360 show, because I'm sure we're going to have some kind of trophy to put on display. Right, Dwayne?
Absolutely. Absolutely. You know, FastPitch, you can win, you can lose any given day, but we're going to go with our best. We're going to try our best, and we'll let the cards fall where they fall.
Well, I think you're going to do good, man. I just for some reason have faith in guys like Brian and Derek. You guys pretty much dedicate your life to the game of baseball in one way or the other. So, you know, Derek's teaching during the day, and you do a little college coaching too, if I'm not mistaken. Is that correct, Derek?
Yeah, I was actually at Davenport University, and they actually just qualified to go to nationals, but I left the program about 4 weeks ago because I was getting a little too busy with my business, and I was having trouble keeping up and keeping all my clients happy. So I decided to step down and then focus on my program,
which is Brown's FastPitch Academy, right?
Correct.
Now, what kind of interest do you have from the kids or the people in the neighborhood, or they probably come from all over the country to attend your academy? Is that correct?
Yeah, I mean, I have kids that come from, all over Michigan, Indiana. Occasionally I'll get some kids from Illinois. I don't think I've had anybody from Ohio yet, but they're from all over the Midwest, especially camps and things like that. And then I travel. I go to Hawaii, I go to San Diego, I go to Texas, Florida, and do camps and things like that. So I definitely get around and work with kids all over the country.
You know, there's a lot of people down here in the state of Ohio that just don't care for Michigan, so don't hold your breath, man. They don't want to come across the border up there. They think bad things happen once you get past Toledo and up on 75 there, you know?
Yeah, well, I'm looking forward to Michigan, changing the whole football atmosphere in the next couple of years, so you better look out, Buckeyes.
Well, when's that going to happen?
This year. This year, of course.
It's coming up this year?
Absolutely.
I think that Urban might have a couple of things to say about that, man. This Buckeye team's just starting out, if you want my opinion, man. I mean, these guys 12-0 last year. What more can I say? Too bad there was no bowl game involved because of all those guys in Michigan crying about a couple rules violations that the Buckeyes made. But it's funny how different schools get investigated and different things happen to different schools that don't happen to others. You know what I'm talking about, Derek?
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about when you're saying Michigan was involved, but I think they're both in really good places right now. So I think the rivalry is back, and the next 10 to 15, 20 years are going to be great with these coaches. Both of them are solid, I think.
Absolutely, man, and it's all in good fun. You know that, Derek. We got to bust your chops a little bit being from Michigan, man, because nobody likes Michigan in Ohio. That's just one thing, it's bred into us, man. It's like the Browns against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Even though the Steelers is a dominant force compared to the Cleveland Browns, which is a dominant joke these days, but that's a whole. We got an owner now that's getting investigated for fraud and racketeering and all that. How about that, man? The Cleveland Browns didn't have enough problems on their hands. We got an owner that's getting investigated by the FBI and the IRS. What's your thoughts about that being up there in Michigan, man? You guys hearing any of this up there?
Yeah, that's not good at all. I didn't hear any of that though. But when it comes to football, I'm a Bears fan though, so I'm a little ways away from Cleveland.
Well, you're over there by where? Kalamazoo?
I'm in Kalamazoo, but I'm a Bears fan.
Yeah, because Kalamazoo is about, what, halfway to Chicago, isn't it, when you're in the state of Michigan? What goes it through? 31 go through Kalamazoo or not?
Yeah, 94 goes from Detroit to Chicago.
Right.
And we're right smack dab in the middle. We're the midway point. So.
Right, that's what I thought you were about, midway. Because, LG's been around, man. I've been in Kalamazoo. I've been all over Michigan. But, I'm not afraid to travel up to Michigan. I think it's okay. So I'll tell other Ohioans, get up to Michigan, But
don't tell anybody you're a Buckeye fan when you come up here, though.
I tell them all, believe me. It doesn't bother me. What do you think of the new coach in Chicago, man? You think the Chicago Bears are going to have a great team this year, or what's your thoughts on that?
Well, I think they should have a great team. I think this coach will bring some creativity. He's been very good with quarterbacks, which is what we need with Cutler. Cutler's kind of been on and off, and it sounds like he's had a lot of success, in his past coaching career. So I'm looking forward to, seeing what he can do.
Just LG's opinion is I think what Cutler needs is a couple offensive linemen to keep a few guys off of him, too, could be a big help. What's your thoughts on that?
Well, they signed a couple, and then they drafted, they might have drafted at least 3 more. So I think they got about 4 or 5 new guys coming in that should help that.
That poor guy was getting pummeled back there last season, man.
It's pretty embarrassing.
Right. But there it is, folks. Derek Brown, he's a Chicago Bears fan and living in Michigan. It's good to hear you're not rooting for the Lions all the time. But we got the Diamond Kings on the phone. Fast pitch softball. We got to take one more commercial break, don't we, Leaf? Or are we all done with commercials for tonight, man? Leaf left the building. I'm here alone. Leaf. Hey, we lost Leaf. So, Dwayne, what's next? We got 8 minutes left. We're just going to go right through to the end. What's next for the Diamond Kings after this gig on Saturday, man?
Well, I guess I got to get a hold of Justin. We were going to go to Coburg, but we're really keen on Huntsville. That's probably where you're going to see most of the Diamond Kings at. It's an open tournament. You can bring whoever you want, so we're hoping to get Brian, Derek, Shannon Damron, Rick Grogg, maybe Jody Henniger. Most of the Diamond Kings will be at that tournament, so that's where we're really keen. The weekend after, we're going to the Ontario Provincials up here, and hopefully Derek can find us a tournament or two down in Michigan before we go to Torino.
What do you think, Derek? You got anything lined up in Michigan?
There's quite a few tournaments there. We just got to figure out what one might be best for us and give us good competition. So actually, I think Shannon's probably going to be the guy that's going to do a lot of that. I've been kind of out of the fast pitch world the last couple of years. So I've been coaching so much. So, but yeah, we'll definitely find something, and we'll find something very competitive that's going to prepare us.
Brian Eagles, what's on your agenda, man? Tell us what you're up to for the next couple of weeks.
I've got a lot going on right now. Besides trying to train to get ready for the summer with playing ball and watching my sister finish up her career, just like Derek, I'm in the process of building a facility to do training as well. And there's just a lot going on and a lot of good stuff. So sleep is at a minimum for me, but a lot of it's involving sports, fast pitch, and family. So,
well, with your sister playing fast pitch, a lot of people see only the Olympic fast pitch team that the girls play on. How big is it for women in fast pitch, Brian?
It's huge, and it's growing and growing and growing. With the help of some of those Olympic girls from a decade ago and up till now, the sport is huge, and the number of teams that are playing it at the college level not just at the Division I, but all the way down to the Division III level. You get almost every college has a softball team, and more schools are starting softball programs, and more and more high schools are competitive and travel leagues, and to me, the sport of fast pitch is the fastest growing sport. Between that and lacrosse, it's absolutely huge. And that's why I hope that maybe the men can piggyback on the women's game, because right now you see the women's softball on ESPN, the ratings are just blowing up, and we need to kind of piggyback off of that because they're popular as ever right now.
Now, let me throw a question out. It could be either to you, Brian, or Derek Brown. Just the other day, there was a news article that came out where this soccer youth punched a referee in the head on his way down the field, and the referee just died yesterday from some kind of traumatic head injury. Is there any kind of arguments in fast pitch, high school, softball, or anything on the college level? Do you see these fans or the parents getting out of hand at these sporting events where you would somebody would want to incite a riot or anything like that, or is this a calm sport where you don't get the parents too wound up? Any one of you guys could answer that question.
Well, I can definitely tell you that I saw a little bit of it yesterday at a tournament. So it definitely happens. Unfortunately, parents sometimes get a little too involved, and a lot of times they're embarrassing. That's the unfortunate part. And but yeah, it definitely happens. Whether they're going after a coach or an umpire or whatever, they get a little too caught up in the game, and they just need. I think the kids just need to be taught by their coaches. And I know I talked to all my teams yesterday, and I said, hey, it's all about loving this game. It's all about learning from mistakes, not just about winning and losing. And the parents need to kind of follow that lead as well, and kind of feed off what the coaches and myself and other people out there are saying. So.
Now that was Derek Brown, right?
Right.
Now, Derek, did you ever have to sit down and have a chat with any of the parents? I mean, is this getting this out of hand? Have you ever had to sideline some of these parents and have some kind of a talk? Because I'll tell you, more and more in youth sports, I see the parents getting way out of hand, man, and it's really something that the country's going to have to take a hard look at and get things under control, because the last thing you want to see is somebody ruin their life at a sporting event, right or wrong?
Yeah, you're right. I mean, it has happened. Absolutely. I mean, I'm constantly talking to parents. I mean, I talked to one of my families yesterday, so unfortunately, it happens as part of it. I'd like it to be out of it. And I think a lot of it has to do with how the coaches start their season and how they present it to the parents. And I think it's really important that coaches, stress and they tell them what the steps are when they got an issue, and try to make sure that any kind of argument or anything like that happens away from the kids. Whether it be the next day or what. And I think if the coaches do that, then some of those confrontations might go away.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, I'm sure we got to get more into education. I remember playing Little League, believe it or not, when my father was a coach, and a couple of times there was some arguments with the umpires, and there was a couple fans ran out of the stands and jumped on my father one time. So, and that's going all the way back in like 1973 or something like that. So it was existing back then, but I'm hearing it's even farther out of hand now. How about you, Brian? Did you ever run across anything like this, man, with these fans getting a little bit out of hand and they want to come down and fight with the umpires or anything like that, and any of the coaching or instructional things that you've been involved with?
Yeah, I have, and unfortunately, sometimes the parents think they're the coach, and everybody's an expert at some degree in their own head, and sometimes I don't blame them, because when I'm a spectator, I feel the same way. But I think sometimes the parents and fans feel like they have a right. They do have a lot of invested, whether it be financially and emotionally, and sometimes it's very hard to separate that when you're watching your kid play. But sometimes they gotta just learn when enough is enough, and it's about the kids, not about them. And I know sometimes that's hard, but like Derek said, it happens, and there's nothing you can do to change it. Just how you handle it as a coach in the beginning, during, or after.
Yeah, I just think when I see a guy being killed from being punched by even one of the players, something's got to have to be done, and something's going to have to be done pretty soon. We got about 1 more minute left on the Cleveland Sports 360 show this evening. Dwayne, anything else you want to add for the last minute, man? I want to thank Brian Burroughs-Ingalls. He's always a gentleman and a scholar about the game of FastPitch. Derek Brown, thank you for joining us. Let's give the last 30 seconds or so to Dwayne and see what he has to say. Dwayne, it's all yours, buddy.
I'm just proud of Derek. I'm proud of Brian. I'm proud of every single guy on the Diamond Kings. And I just want to give a quick shout-out to Norm Summerfield and his team coming down this Saturday. Norm couldn't call in tonight, but everybody go check out his league, and hope we get a lot of support on Saturday. I'm proud of these guys, and time to stop talking about it and just get it done.
All right, guys. Well, listen, it's always a pleasure. It's been great having the Diamond Kings on the Cleveland Sports 360 show tonight, talking fast pitch. We'll get you back on maybe a couple weeks after your game gets done next Saturday, Dwayne. What do you think, buddy?
Sounds good. Sounds good. And if you can set up that
I'm going to keep in touch with
Indians AAA team, I'll make sure we're down there.
Well, I don't think it's AAA, but it's definitely an affiliation. But we're gonna keep you posted on that. I got Pam's staff out there working on it right as we speak. But thanks for joining me, guys. It was a real treat once again.
Thank you.
Thanks.
There you have it, folks. The Diamond Kings. Get on the internet, do a search for the Diamond Kings. If you like fast pitch, you gotta check it out. Don't forget, Thursday night right here on StreamingSportsTalk.com. Tune in to the Sports Outreach Ministries show with the Bishop Abu Hezekiah Mujahideen and his co-host, the Minister Thomas Bailey. Friday night, don't miss this week's episode of the You Gotta Be Freaking Kidding Me show about 8:05 p.m. with your host, Jeff Leaf, and yours truly, LG. The Russell Reed show, 7 p.m. Friday nights right here on StreamingSportsTalk.com. Sunday at 8 o'clock, don't miss the Ready to Rumble show with Big Jeff Woods. Good night, God bless you, stay safe, and do something nice for somebody. We'll see you right back here next Monday night at 7 p.m. with more of the Cleveland Sports 360 show right here live on StreamingSportsTalk.com.